Hey everyone, I'm at Gen Con 2019. I'm at the Broken Token booth, and I'm with Greg right now. Greg, how's it going?
Hey, it's going really well.
So I love inserts. I love reducing setup time. I love fancy accessories.
Yeah.
So I love the Broken Token,
Thank
right?
you so much. We appreciate that.
So what I wanted to do was just talk to you about some of the new releases that you have going on and what we
Right.
can look at. Let's start?
Well, we're really excited about a couple of releases that we have here at Gen Con. Of course, we're doing our Gen Con Dice Tower, which has been really popular, and that's available online for a limited time. But the big one that we released here at Gen Con is our Sagrada insert. So that's an officially licensed insert from Floodgate Games, and so we worked with them on their upcoming expansion release plan so that we could make sure that the insert was designed to accommodate those expansions. So we're really excited about that. They just launched a new expansion here at the show, so it does work with that expansion, and it will work with their upcoming expansions as well. So that's a super cool insert, and we can show that to you. We have it out here. So.
Another awesome one, I believe, is the Dinosaur Island one, right?
Yes, that's been really popular, and we're really excited about that. That's a really neat modular insert that we created so that you have the option, if you want to purchase the inserts and store them in your game boxes, you can, or if you want to move everything into sort of a deluxe wooden crate, that's another one where we created a crate solution, and you can even go to that later. So the inserts that work in the cardboard boxes move over into the wooden crate so that you can purchase the inserts now and then upgrade to the wooden crate later if you wanted to do that.
And I've noticed that you guys have been going big, making bigger, bigger inserts, and especially with the big Mansions of Madness one. I think we can turn around and just take a look at it right there if possible. But
Yeah, the Mansions of Madness crate's been super cool. As everybody knows, games are just getting bigger, right? Like all the publishers are designing super large games, sometimes with tons of miniatures and expansion plans, and with that comes a greater need for an organization solution. And in the beginning, we weren't tackling the big games as much as we are now. Now we're really moving into those big game solutions, and you're seeing Mansions of Madness and Dinosaur Island and Fireball Island and so many more crate-type solutions come from us now, and those are super cool, so we're really glad to be able to do those.
No, that's fantastic. I'm seeing a lot of new stuff coming out. I actually did have a question for some of the design aspects.
Yeah.
So you come up with a lot of fancy accessories as well. What is sort of the process when you come up with new tokens and new coins, and how does that happen?
Well, I mean, we're gamers, of course, right? We're starting by playing the games, and our imaginations just run wild. And as we're playing, we're like, what would be really cool? What would make the game more fun? Sometimes it's simply upgrading your cardboard coins into metal coins, right? So that you have, that better feel as you play. And sometimes it's replacing cardboard cutouts with 3D printed game components. So we've started doing more of that sort of thing, and it just enhances the gameplay. And it's a lot of fun to imagine how to make the game better. And there's so many games out there on the market, but sometimes when it's a game you really love, you'd rather invest in making that game better and playing it more often. So that's kind of what we're all about, is looking at good games and how can we make them better with deluxe components.
Right. And another thing that you do is you work with companies to create inserts. So, for example, you talked about the Sagrada one.
Right.
How has that experience been when you have to work with different teams and coordinate, the information that they have and how you'll design your inserts based off of that?
It's always great. We love working with the publishers. It's a win-win relationship with both of us. When we create an accessory like an insert, people play the game more often, hits the table more often. That encourages people to talk about the game and share pictures, which helps sales. And obviously, being partnered with them, they'll share information with us about upcoming expansion plans so that we can make the insert better. So it's really a great relationship to work with the publisher. And it gives us the ability to put and feature art from the game and the actual logos on our insert. So it really ties the products tightly together. So we really always try to shoot for that whenever we can.
And you were telling me before that you do a lot of the designs for the inserts. A little less now, but you did a lot more previously.
Right.
So what is the process when you go towards designing an insert? What is your plan of attack, and how do you go towards creating the best fitting insert?
Well, it always starts with being very familiar with the game, right? So, we play the game a ton of times. We learn the rules. We start to think about how you use the components. Is this something that you only use when you set up the game, or is this a component that needs to be on the table as you're playing? playing it. And then we try to organize those components so that you only really have what you need in front of you. Maybe all the setup components stay in the box, and the ones that you're constantly playing with through the game are in a tray that gets put on the table. So we think about that so that we want setup to be fast and that everybody that's playing can access the components they need quickly, and then at the end of the game you can kind of get it all put together. And so as we're playing the game, we're thinking about how we can do that better, and then it starts with an early prototype. We'll actually play test the games with the prototypes, and if we don't like something or we think we can make it better, then we just iterate on that until we get something that we're really happy with.
Fantastic.
And then rinse and repeat. Do that over and over again.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a process. It takes a while to get there.
Right.
But no, this is amazing. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, we talked about some amazing inserts, some amazing accessories. So if you're at the show, definitely swing by the Broken Token booth. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Greg.